Most designers think getting the deposit is the hardest part. Sometimes that's when the real challenge begins.
They feel like they own you after giving you a down payment.
A payment should buy your service, not your freedom.
They want to even tell you how to organize your team. It's micromanaging, basically. And
The wrong client doesn't just question your work. They start trying to control how you do it.
I was like, hey, this is becoming hard. You know, they're going to negotiate something they can afford to lose. And therefore, they can throw you around.
Welcome to Interior Design and Money. Welcome to Interior Design and Money, the show where we talk about design careers, business, and the money behind the work. Yeah? Today I have Marita. If you didn't watch his episode, ulikuwa episode gani of the previous season?
Wait.
Do you remember?
No.
And then mumtafute. Do you remember? Still. Hata mimi sikumbuki. Juu episodes ni
Watafute
mingi
tu
sana.
yenye imeandikwa naogopa Mungu na ujimoto.
Yo. Just for context, it's nice to go watch the other season of Classroom versus Experience so that you can learn the guests before now you listen to know their money stories. You have like a background and then you get comfortable and then we get into it.
Yeah.
So me, I'm really passionate about this particular topic because interior design field can just show you dust. You get? Because it looks so flashy and it looks so nice and it looks so, oh my God, interior designer. Unaweza kuwa interior designer hapo umesota. Kusota.
Yeah.
And you're also sometimes losing so much money. Sometimes you make so much money. Like it's such a haiko consistent. And I don't know if there's any career that is, but me, that's my experience. So I decided.
Yeah, I think there is.
Huh?
There is.
There is?
Yeah.
So before we get into it, please introduce yourself for anyone who didn't watch the previous episode.
Oh, in case you didn't watch the previous episode, my name is Bundi Marita. I am an interior designer by training and practice. Yeah.
Actually, we laugh a lot with Marita. So, mkiona tukicheka sana, it's not out of place. Me, if you're tundo inakuaga. Sindio? But before you get into it, this piece of mine is from Nzilani. I'm going to drop her handle here. So if you like dramatic neck pieces, go check this page out. Go and buy from her, and you can actually make a custom order from her. Sindio? She's really passionate about it. She's very loud and bold, and she's like, Abi, you're too boring. Sasa, acha nikupatia a few pieces.
Yeah.
Uonyeshe like, jumi ninaweza wavalia black season nzima.
She's right, by the way. She's right. I agree with her.
Sindio? Sawa. Let's get into it. Sindio? Aya, Marita.
Yes.
Kwanza, ulisema kwanza ninakaa kama bird, I'm about to fly.
Yeah, the drama around your neck. Oh, you know, we're not used to you and drama. But it's lovely.
Aya, let me ask. Kabla tuende too deep. Sindio?
Yeah.
Last season, Classroom versus Experience. Which story stuck the most from everyone's experience? Whose story or which story?
Interesting. That must be my friend Ruto's story. Because I know a deeper background of him. Yeah, Ruto and another guy that we should probably have on the show called Collins. They were called to study design, but they had no design background, no art background, no design background. Yeah.
So what about it stuck with you? Like, let's say Ruto's story.
How they've transformed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was shocking? What was shocking about that? You didn't expect him to what?
No, not that I didn't expect, but it's a story of everything is possible.
Ruto, kuja uone.
Yeah. You know something? Me and Ruto were like brothers in school, by the way. We actually were in the same room from second year through to fourth year. So he's a guy I've seen his transformation, but he's a guy of great potential as well.
Hey, you're using a lot of politically correct answers.
Lazima weke effort. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, he did so well for himself.
Oh.
Yeah, he's done so well for himself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruto, hebu chukua flowers zako.
Yeah.
Aya. What was most surprising about the other designers' journeys from season 1 of Classroom versus Experience?
What was most surprising?
Surprising.
I can't think of Well, that's a hard one.
Me, let me tell you one. Me, I think one of the most surprising, because so many things surprised me there. But one experience of it was one Dia's episode. I think it was episode 10. And she mentioned how walikuwa wanaenda site, wana bleed on site. They're bleeding on site, wanachomeka na acid, na
Wow.
wanafanya job.
Really?
Yeah, walikuwa wametumwa site out of town, and then they were made to design and do the cleanup. Unajua the way ile deep cleaning.
Yeah.
So ananiambia wanavaa magloves, or rather what she was telling on the story, wanavaa magloves, wana scrub, acid zinawasplashia, wana bleed, but wanaendelea kuclean early in her career.
Well.
So I was like, there's tough employment out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. And the fact that that can happen and you're still resilient enough. Me, I'm resilient, but there's some levels I'm like, me hapa sitafanya. Or I'm not doing beyond this. You guys come figure yourselves out. You get? They didn't send cleaners for clean up, and then they're bringing the owners to come see site inspection.
Yeah, we are talking about design and money, but I'm just tempted to ask, did that quote even have a budget for cleaning?
She said it's like they didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was not hers. She was employed.
She was, okay.
She was employed. Usually you have employees. Unatuma mali unawaambia, mkimaliza na mclean, tunakuja kuinspect. Imagine.
So me thinks, okay, I when I used to teach, I used to tell my students, the first question I would ask, how many would want to start their own companies? And, 2/3, so, like almost the entire class would raise their hand. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's bad. You need to make these mistakes, especially the ones that touch on money, with your employer's money. But when you start your own company, the mistakes are many, and they eat into your own money. Yeah. Yeah. So, but when you're employed, well, unfortunately, had to do it themselves.
Yeah.
But, that experience, I'm sure when she probably goes out there or she's out there doing her own quotations, the one thing she will never forget is to have a budget for cleaning.
Bas, ndo hiyo. Haya. What lesson from season 1 did you apply first? Anything that you learned from any one of the guests? Season 1, classroom versus experience. That you're like, hey, okay, watu wanafanyanga hivi, acha pia mimi nifanye hivi sasa.
I'm still thinking about it. If I should apply.
Oh, really?
Okay, we are different, I think. Could charge for the first site visit.
You're still debating.
Yeah, I'm still debating if I should really.
Or if you should not.
Well, it makes a whole lot of sense, but will it make sense to the kind of clientele you serve? Because I think we serve different clients. So I'm like, na nikiapply waende.
Kuna hiyo fear.
Waniambia
So you
ngoja
usually
nitakupigia.
charge from what point? Just for context for other viewers.
For me, within Nairobi, I normally don't charge for the initial site visit. Like that's like an introductory.
One or how many?
The first
one.
One.
Only one.
Only one. Like you've called me to come and look at your space. I do not bill for that. But if you call me for a site out of Nairobi, like Kisumu.
Does Kiambu fall under out of Nairobi because it is not Nairobi?
No, it's
not
not Nairobi,
outskirts.
but it's in the is it ni cosmopolitan or metropolitan? That hiyo word inasumbua sana. Hiyo wherever that is. So Kiambu, Kajiado, Nairobi, any site that falls within that region, I would find it hard to bill. So but the thing is, I consider it a cost of business. It's my show of commitment. But once I have
Nyinyi mko na roho safi.
mimi kwa na roho safi.
I think so. I think after all talking to all these designers, ni kama mimi ndo awanga mgumu. With good reason.
So nikisha maliza, once I have a look at your space, I take the measurements, so I can now go back to the office and do a design, a fee note proposal. So the fee note proposal now comes with what? Because I prefer to charge per square meter. I think in the first in episode 1 we talked about how hard it was for me to do the percentage. So I charge for design, I charge per square meter. So for me to get your area, lazima nipime.
But si unapewa drawing, mi uliza drawing yako.
No, mostly depending on which clientele you're serving, they don't have. And then here's the thing. I find it good value proposition for the client because that helps me also get them into thinking of certain things. For example, when you lease a space, like say in a building within Nairobi, the area that they normally put in your lease agreement is not the actual area you're going to have. They have included shared kitchen, they have included the washrooms, they have included the entrance lobbies, like where the lift lobby. So when you look at the actual usable space that you're going to design, it's actually smaller than what they have on the document. So that helps me to also get the client to know, you've signed for 12, say 1,000 square meters, but the actual area you're going to use for your internal consumption is 900 square meters. Yeah. So when I give them that, then now we can now start the negotiation on, do you want it design and build? Do you want design only? Do you want design and project management? Then that now becomes a conversation starter. But here is the catch. Once I send you that, there's nothing else I'm doing unless you pay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think new listeners should dive into season 1 of Classroom versus Experience now at this point? And we are in another season and another series.
I think it will give them a better understanding of who we really are, like where we have come from, the journeys we have walked before. So that when you see this guy seated here called Bundi, at least utajua alirudia class 2. It's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take you now deep into the trenches. Sawa.
Yes.
When was the first time you turned down work and why was it? Ulisema hii kazi sitaki.
Yeah, I think I was in 3rd year. There was this project. There's this lady doing a very beautiful house in Runda. And she was really struggling with her subcontractors on the rails, the railings. So I don't know who recommended me to her. I think in episode 1, we discussed my background. I'm very good with, freehand drawing. So she wanted someone who could illustrate that deco, the balustrade, so that the welders can use it, because they were really struggling with the patterns, like where the pattern, you remember those motifs?
Yeah.
Kulikuwa na ile ya repeat, then ya mirror, you know how they used to. So they were really struggling with that concept. So that's what they wanted me to do for her. Sasa, I don't know what got into that client's head. So we agreed on, I think I was charging her 7,000 shillings. And there's something she said, and I was like, you know what?
Do you remember what?
No, I've been
context,
trying to
what
remember.
it was around. Was it money related? Was it rudeness?
No, it wasn't money related. It was like she was talking down.
Oh.
Yeah. So
after you sent the fee proposal?
No. After actually, she had paid a deposit.
Deposit 7K, ilikuwa how much?
I think alinipa ni 3K, or was it how much?
Almost 50%.
Yeah. Then she started, I think there's that general feeling of the client. They feel like they own you after giving you a down payment. They want to even tell you how to organize your team. They want to, it's like, it's micromanaging basically. And then you're like, no, that's not how we work. And we have delivered all these projects using these same procedures and design process. So why do you want your own design process right now? Yeah. So I was like, hey, this is becoming hard. So I told her, can we meet? I said, okay, fine, come.
This is after how long? How many days?
Just a couple of days.
Okay.
Haikuwa imeisha hata wiki. Yeah, it was just what I just felt really bad. Kuna watu, there are people who tell you things and then you're like, we, mtoto ananiona binadamu kweli?
Kabisa.
Yeah. I think she was those kind of people. So I sat her down and told her, you know something? You didn't, it feels like ulinitafutia for this job because I'm a student. It doesn't feel like you gave me this work because you feel I can do it. And I'm here struggling so hard to show you I can do it, and I don't think you believe. Yeah. So we are done. Nimekuja uniambie unataka nikurudishie pesa ngapi kwa ile deposit based on what I have done for you so far.
Nakaitisha how much?
Oh, she started apologizing. Akasema, oh, I'm so sorry. But, I was like, once toxic, always toxic.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Yeah.
So I told her,
No thanks.
no, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I walked away.
So you didn't refund?
No, she didn't ask me for a refund.
Huyu alikuwa mzuri angalau.
Which I discovered, and there are certain clients who do this. They charge you, they bill you once they will negotiate something they can afford to lose. And therefore they can throw you around,
The way
wanataka, because hata ukienda,
no loss to
it's
them.
not enough commitment. Yeah.
To take you seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think funded your, or what funded your start in design? Was it pocket money? Was it side hustle? Was it savings? Was it a grant? Was it a loan? Was it your parents?
None of the above.
Ulianzaje?
How did I start? Now, the thing about design, design is it's both service and product. That is, but it starts with the service. So the good thing about the service is, for me, how I've always operated, whatever business approach I've taken, it has always been money first. You pay, then I start. You don't pay, I do not start. Yeah. So when I left formal employment, I did formal employment for a year, and then I left. So I started. So I started with a business name. So the business name registering that time was 4,000 shillings. So I just took what I had saved from my former boss employment and started off with it. So over time, whatever the business was bringing is what I have used to just upscale it. Yeah.
I think it's also for me, what was my start for business? So I've done it 2 times. So the first time was freelance, so I really can't call it a business, but it was my start because there's a period where I did freelancing and then I went back into employment. Then I left now and started my farm. That first one, what funded it? Actually, when I think about it, both me projects too. Like you say, may I have this service?
Yeah.
Then you pay me deposit, then I start. Like there was no save, and then again, me ni kidogo risk taker. When I believe in something, I'm like tutapambana uko mbele, tutajulia mbele. I don't like, let's save how many months and think. I'm not saying that's the best advice. I'm just saying that's the way I operate. I just go dive in. I'm like, we will figure it out uko mbele as we move along.
I think design is heavily, as much as we want to, we try so much to professionalize it so that you get value for the time you're putting in. But it's heavily talent. It's talent based. So which makes it easier to start off a business without really having a lot of.
Yeah.
It's not capital intensive.
Yeah. So you just need an idea. Like for me, it's those ones of like, I'm going to do this for you. Oh, okay. How long will it take? Nini. What will you deliver? I'll give you A, B. I'll give you concept, layout, the elevations, shop drawings, etc. And I need, for example, 30% down payment.
Yeah.
Okay. Pay by this day, I start. Hivyo.
Yeah.
So for me, imekuwa hivyo. For the podcast has been a bit different because that's really not design start. So I really, because that one needs now upfront. It's capital intensive. You need to have the money upfront.
Yeah.
Sawa.
Hiyo ni swali gani unataka kuuliza?
How much was your first salary? Usitudanganye tuambie tu ya ukweli. Usitupe figures.
That salary, why I'm laughing is that salary was an interesting bargain. Number one, I've been offered this job because the boss had offered to train me.
Okay.
So alikuwa ameniuliza, how much do you want me to pay you to teach you? Then I said I want 50K. Then he asked me, you want me to pay you 50K to train you? Okay, where? So I mean, kamuliza uko na ngapi?
Unamwambia 50K with a chest.
Kiburi. So akaniuliza uko na ngapi? mi nikamuuliza uko na ngapi? Like I'll pay you 30. So mi nikaangalia zile shida zilikuwa zimeanza kuniangalia.
Shida gani? Shida
Hey,
gani?
okay.
Like mali ya kukaa vitu kama hizo.
No, yeah, you have rent to pay, you have to bills, when I left campus I left with some two savings. I had made some savings. So the idea was we were to start business with a couple of friends. Then I realized the business wasn't kicking off. Like we didn't even know which business we are starting. We just knew
We want to start a
don't want to
business.
be employed. We want to start a business. So one day naenda kwa bank napata hiyo pesa imebaki kidogo. Hata iwezi anza biashara anymore. It can only pay the next month rent.
Without food.
So I was like, saki kurudi nyumbani. I couldn't afford to go back home and be used as an example. People went to university and now they are back home.
Wezi rudi Kisii.
It wasn't an option.
So sasa 30K sasa ukamuuliza akasema 30.
Yeah, so he asked me a few questions and I said, okay. So end month comes, I get a check for 40.
Aliongeza.
So aliangalia hivi akaona huyu kijana mashida zake ni mingi sana. Nimelipe 40. But then ni vizuri kusema tu situation vile iko. Usisanitize vitu. Unaweza sanitize wanaitwaje wale people who carry good opportunities. Yeah.
Hey. Me my first salary
ilikuwa 25.
Ngoja kwanza. 40K is were you paying help?
No.
Were you paying any taxes?
No.
Ni clean in your account.
Kako, tembea.
Hakuna NHF nini as deduct.
NHF ni nini? Ukikuwa mgonjwa, you just the body has a way of healing itself.
Una survive tu. Mimi starting salary yangu ilikuwa 25 before taxes, before anything, like na nilikuwa nalipa help, nilikuwa nalipa help, NHIF, sijui NSSF, kabla hizo deductiwe nilikuwa na take home 17,500.
We, hiyo si inakaa nini? Hiyo ni kama ulikuwa unachukua ile help tu yenyewe bado. Si help tulikuwa tunapewa 18,500. We, ulikuwa unachukua kidogo kuliko help.
Na ujue hiyo salary ilikuwa for how long? Ebu guess for how long?
Like how long you worked?
No, how long I was paid that 17,500? Tuseme 17,500. I wanted 725 ikae mingi. For how many? How long? Period.
I guess. 8 months. More? Less?
More.
1 year? 2 years? 3?
2.5. Moving on swiftly. Tell me.
Wow.
Imagine.
Hey, sasa. Wow. Rent.
Hata hiyo time
ulikuwa unakula ulikuwa unaishi home ama?
Can you afford to live anywhere with 7,500? You unaishi tu home.
Unaweza
for 2.5 years. But funny enough, mimi nilikuwa nafanya side hustles. Nilikuwa nafanya hizo kazi za kuandika nini. So hizo online writing.
Let me tell you something. Nyinyi watu wa online writing.
Please.
Yani, hapa Kenya ukisaidia msee kufanya assignment inaitwa cheating.
But huko ni job.
Ukisaidia msee wa majuu kufanya assignment inaitwa online writing. Mutaacha kutubeba.
Nilifanya hiyo kitu. And kwanza, ilifika point now, this one is making me like a lot of money. Ata is 17,500 ndio natumia. In fact, I remember how I used to distribute the money. I take my pesa imeingia 17,500 ndio sasa inaonyesha kwa account. In fact, nilikuwa nalipa kwa account sasa si M-Pesa.
17,500.
Alafu
hiyo ni pesa unafaa kupewa cash kwa bahasha.
Ndio nasema
kama hongo.
Ngoja nikwambie distribution expenses unaniuliza ati hapa rent nilikuwa nalipa. So 7,500 I used to shop for my mom. Sinaishi home. By the way, I believe when you live at home, don't be an idiot. Can you go and support You buy some bread, you buy some shopping. You can't just be living like a joker. You know, it doesn't matter if you can't afford. You help where you can afford. You just don't live like you are raised by a mango
Enda hata na
tree.
kitunguu.
Enda na
Ile
kitunguu pale.
refu ya green.
Carry something by the way. So for me, I've always had that. So I used to distribute my 17,500, 7,500. I used to go, hizo siku kulikuwa na Nakumat bado. I go, I shop Nakumat, napatia madhi, nabaki na 10K. Sindio? 10K ni fair. Bas. So fare yangu I think mat ilikuwa around 6K. Sindio? Or 7K. Alafu ile, unajua, ile tu, hiyo 3K imebaki tu just in case kumoja umefinyika lunch sana na you need to just eat something, na nilikuwa nanunua maembe. Siku hata naweza afford kula lunch. Nilikuwa nakula mango.
Ulikuwa unawekewa pilipili?
Hakukuwa na hiyo pilipili at that time. In fact, I remember a funny story. She was a nice lady, by the way, but it was just a funny story. So don't take offense. I remember I used to eat kwanza the mango season ya January, sindo? So every day she'd come, anapata nakula maembe lunchtime. Ndio nilikuwa naenda, maembe ilikuwa 20 bob those days. It's not the same, sindo? And then one day she came and told me, I think mara mingi kanambia, Abigael, you like eating maembe for lunch? You aliniuliza nini? You can't go and eat lunch. What did she say? Aliniuliza, that mango is what you're eating for lunch. I looked at her like, are you paying me enough to eat lunch? Siko ubaya, but si wote tunajua, you know.
You know how much you're sending to my account.
You know how much. If I was to say to eat every day, and then Mali, that office used to be, it's not a place you can find kibandas. There was no kibanda. You get? So Nile, if you know you're going to step out for lunch, you're not spending less than 300 bob. You get?
Yeah.
There's no, and then squeezy, those days akukuwa na hizi supermarkets where you go into Carrefour, Quickmart, and there's food that's been cooked.
Yeah.
You know, hata unaweza pata package ya so moja. There was nothing like that. There was no those supermarkets. There was no Uber those days. Ilikuwa kama ni taxi zile unaita taxi. Akukuwa ati on my phone Bolt or Uber. So it was either akukuwa hata Uber boda. It's either usimamo uite tu boda, mtu umwambie sasa nipeleke mchape hesabu kwa kichwa. There was no Bolt, there was no Uber, there was no supermarket, there's no delivery at KFC. KFC was not even in Kenya those days. You get? Yeah. So kaniuliza, hey, why are you always eating mangoes at lunchtime? You like eating mangoes? Why are you not eating food? I'm like, anyway.
You know, there was this story in primary. Kwa hizi vitabu za the English. Ilikuwa inaitwa The Boy Who Ate Many Mangoes.
Sasa mimi ndio nimekuwa huyo. Hebu acha hata nisikasirike hiyo story. But anyway, I guess that was my first job. I just left in. Actually, for me, let me tell you, for context now, on a serious note, for context, that is the one job, for context, that I think I learned the most. Design related, because one, she was heavily into design. She was very thorough, and then she was the sweetest. Unaona wale watu hata wa kucorrect mtu like with integrity, like anakubakishia dignity. Me at some point I struggle with that. Naweza correct na nisahau dignity, alafu nikumbuke nijiulize, was it necessary to say it that way? You get? But she had a way of, you know, just handling conflict and dealing with people and nurturing people and growing them and stuff. So that particular place, I didn't get a lot of money from there, but I learned.
But you left with lessons.
I left Marita.
Ulilipwa na
experience.
Yeah.
That's the one place I would say I got a lot of experience. Because I think after that, I feel like maybe the next place I went to, I think I was paid maybe 10 or so, or more than 10 times what I was earning. When I get almost like 15 or something. You get? So it's like uku ujalipa for long, and then
boom.
You get? Although it was in ladders, ilikuwa umenini, at some point I was freelancing, at some point I was teaching, but the next point I settled that into employment, it got to like, okay, it made sense. The sacrifice made sense. So, usipolearn from experience, make sure you make your money.
Yeah. At least. If you're not making enough, at least walk out of there with a lesson. Yeah.
And that place actually, I really liked it the most. Why I'm saying I learned the most, it was not only in design, because it was such a small farm. And at some point, I left there also feeling like, but now as a business owner sitting in context, she was not being stingy. She was also trying to manage with what she can sustain every month. You get, and it was a matter of siko ubaya, you can either be here or go somewhere which can give better.
Yeah.
It was not at a personal, I don't see value in you. You know, kuna wali unaona tu anakataa tu kunipea. But this one you could just tell, honestly, this is the...
Haiko. Like, this is what she can afford.
This is what she can afford. And I remember even people used to just say, oh, by the hapa, ukikuja ni mali ya kulan. To expect growth. I think the highest earner in that company was 35K. And we used to be like, wah! Marita una earn 35K. Ay. Mtu ashikiki. Aya, let me ask. Moving on, wacha nisiwashtue sana.
Moving on.
Oh, but still, very nice experience. You were a very nice lady. We learned so much. Oh, I was saying, not only did we learn about the design work, but because it was such a small farm, tulikuwa tunajifanyia kila kitu. Hata kupika chai, tulikuwa tunapika chai on shifts. You get like Marita leo ni siku yako. Leo ni siku yako. So we learned even like how to handle petty cash. We learned how to, so kama mimi nilikuwa na handle petty cash and stuff. So by the time I was getting into an operations manager role, I knew how to run an entire office. You get?
Yeah.
So mi nikienda, in fact, mi ndo nilikuwa na create like systems kwa places I'm moving to. Mi ndo naambia hapana, vitu hazifanyangu hivi, vitu hazinini hivi. Mtu anaona, Abi ako na value. Now this value is what was like, made me be able to negotiate for more. Unaelewa? Right. So I didn't get paid here, but whatever I learned there helped this other place. You get?
Yeah, I've actually, I like that experience. It kind of resonates with me. My first employer there was a lot of consultancy. The projects were normally subcontracted. So you don't get that much experience interacting with the material. You will only probably go to the showroom and say that tile and that's it. And someone else will come, pick the tile, take it, someone else will come and fix. So when I left, when I went for masters, that's when I had to work under a friend of mine. And this friend wasn't, like, there was no salary, really. Because, I could come in if I need to, and I don't need to come. Go do my own thing. That time I was teaching at NIT as well, so I could go teach classes and come back. But I remember we did like around 3 or 4 projects together. I was just helping him. And the lessons I walked out of that guy's place with, I'm just trying not to mention his name. But they were some of the most useful lessons. Like the whole understanding of material, how it's supposed to be done, how do you quantify, how do you organize. Hapo ndio nilitoka na hizo lessons. Yeah. There was no salary. When akipata job ndi alikuwa ananiambia, by the way ule client amelipa, shika kafea ya hii wiki na wewe pia utembelee. I walked out of there with some of the best lessons. And then, of course, later on, I worked with a certain QS who also, I used to just read her quotations, word for word, kama set book. Yeah. And the thing about life, the saddest thing about life, I think, is that unless you live today positively, then the lessons you learn will not be helpful tomorrow.
Hey. Marita kakua mdeep leo.
Wanafanya watu wanioneka joke mazi. Na wanafanya kama
joke. Sawa.
No, I'm
serious. Ebu ekelea uso.
Is it? For real. Yeah, we are in a dispensation where there's a lot of negative energy around. People are always complaining about toxic boss, business not working, toxic partners, toxic relationships, toxic parents, sijui relatives, ni jina gani wanatumia na relatives? Like why they feel like they deserve your money. That's that?
Black tax.
Black tax, not black tax. Kuna this entitlement. Yeah. There's always a lot of negative energy from every corner. And unless you just say, okay, enough.
Okay, it's bad, but hapa nini ni mzuri hapa. Nothing can always be just all negative.
Yeah.
Because actually, when I think about it, even that lady, do you know, she used to, as much as we were not even exposed to tumetoka tu kampo, she used to send me to pick the checks. So I knew how much money was coming in. Na angeniambia enda uone huyo client nini, alafu ukitoka pita uchukue check. A lot of people hide that part,
Yeah.
the finance part. So I would know, ndio maana nasema I know she was not able to pay more than that. Not that she's refusing, I know. I'm the one collecting the checks.
Yeah.
You get? And then at that particular point, I think that was the biggest project we had. And then maybe one small one. So you can math and just see mumeka wangapi hapa kwa ofisi, really. As in, you get. And hers at that time was a retainer. So nilikuwa na pick the retainer per month. I'm like, there's no way. Hata ukienda kuitisha raise when you're fala. You get? She's just balancing. You get? So at some point I sit back and I'm like, the lessons I could also pick from her in terms of like, okay, just understanding and accepting where you are, making the money that you have work rather than feeling like, I also want to show the world that I'm this and I want to show that I'm that and you know, angeenda na sisi angetupeleka enda uongee na client. No, people also hide you from talking to the client. I would pick the checks, I would talk to the client, I would do the drawings evil. So it wasn't all bad really. That biggest lessons was from that lady. And she was so nice. Sometimes I try and emulate. I'm like, in this situation, what would she have done? Because sometimes unataka kushautia mtu hapo. Even on my worst day, there's no day she raised her voice. Na mi sometimes unanipata imeruka. You know.
Una snap.
Sometimes I'm snapping. I'm like, what the? You know, anyway, to read the story. Tell me, what pricing policy do you think or do you wish you'd set from day one na clients?
I think the one I use right now is just lovely.
Which is?
See your space, give you the fee note. You feel it's too high, we negotiate. You feel you can't, huwezi fika bei, we call it off. You know why? It has helped me from engaging in projects that would otherwise not have been
Paying or proceeding.
Proceeding. Like for example, in Kitambo I used to, I have to, do a concept ndio nikufurahishe. So lazima nifanye ka concept nini ka render and then nifanye ka quotation so that now we can start negotiating. Now you'll pay me 5%, 7% of the total cost of this. Yeah, and then they're like, no, that's too high, or wanapotea. Ama mwingine alikuwa tu wanataka kuona. There are those clients were ebu chora nione.
Me I never do chora nione people.
Chora nione, even me.
So you wish from day one.
Yeah, the one design fee is 1,000 bob per square meter, for example. You don't have the 1,000, there is no chora nione.
You just know. Are you able? Before we go too far.
Yeah, before we go too far, this is... not before we go too far.
Before we move.
Before we start moving.
And on that, what's your go-to line to defend your rates? So, for example, let's use the hypothetical, 1,000 per square meter.
What to defend that rate?
Marita, why 1,000? Hii ni pesa mingi sana in your client. What's your go-to line?
Wewe unataka kulipia ngapi?
Mimi hata sitaki per square meter, hizo ni complicated.
No. That is what the space.
No, but me sijui mambo ya square meter.
You want to pay lump sum?
Yeah, I just want to kujua tu general. Mimi sijui square meters.
So this is the client wants to pay lump sum.
Yeah.
I'll still rely on that floor area to determine the lump sum. Yeah, it will. You don't need to deal with it. You don't need to deal with, you have 5,000 square meters, you have 350 square meters. You don't need to deal with it.
But ulishanipea price per 1,000 square meter, for example, imekuja, let's say 100k, for example. So 100 is easy to nini. Then kwambia pana mimi sitaki per square meter, hebu nipe lump sum. Utarudi bado na 100k. So umefanya in the background, you're using the same formula.
Yeah.
Nikwambia, but you
I'll just ask you. You see, when we most of these conversations, you probably will have them online. Like it's a Google Meet. So, and all my documents are normally on Excel. Like it's automated. So you say the figure, I'll punch it in. It will tell me this guy wants to pay me 200 per square meter.
Then you're like, no.
No. So your lump sum, I still translate it to how much.
Excel.
Yeah, because you always have the list.
Do you serve friends and family?
Yes.
You still do?
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
But here is what I've had to do. There is a rate for friends and family. It has the tightest bargaining chips. It doesn't move a lot. because here's the thing. If I meet, say, a corporate client, the reason why you charge high actually is not because you see the corporate has money. No, you charge because of what it will take to get that project done. The steps, the amount of drawings you have to do, the time you have to put in. You will be attending meetings. You will need to have people on site who are supposed to handle the client when they come. You see, that doesn't happen when you're doing the
Friends and family.
The friends and as like a friend wants a small office done. They will not call you like, I came here, there was no one to attend to me. They will not ask you such questions. So you give them a bargain for that. But now, where the rubber meets the road is here. So you have, like, say, a small client, like a lawyer who's starting, or a friend who is just starting a dental clinic somewhere, and they want your service, and they're willing to pay for it. And then, so you have that carrot for someone who wants to be served because they have seen your profile. See, that's different from friends.
A friend.
Yeah. Friends, sometimes they'll pull this card of, nataka nikusaidie juu tunajuana. Na hakuna haja nilingepeleka kazi nje na uko hapa. Like, they always pull that card. So I'm like, okay, fine. Now, you want this work done. Ordinarily, I would have charged 1,000 per square meter. But I want to give you at 600 per square meter. And here the reason I'm giving you 600 per square meter. Number one, this project, si mimi nakuja paku.
Kusupervise.
Or let's say we are talking the design, we hatujafika kwa implementation. So this work I'll need, lazima nikuja na watu tupime.
Ebu kidogo. Hiyo noise inatoka wapi? Oh.
Okay.
I was already rethinking moving this podcast shoot. There's so much distraction actually.
So I'm like, so I'll charge you this because I have overheads to pay. I have people helping me get this work done. Because you're giving me work because ushaona kazi nimefanya before. That's the good thing about design, is highly visual. So you normally, the first thing you do is what? Unaangalianga kazi za umse, like people normally, the best place that people check is social media pages. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So you've already confirmed that this guy has the capability to give me what I want. That's why you're here. But if you don't have that assurance, then I can't give you that assurance by word of mouth. It's visual. A design si kama kukatiana.
Nasema Marita anakuanga serious.
Mimi kwanga serious. Design is not like kukatiana. See, like actually, design is, you see, like kukatiana. For ladies, you want to hear things.
Story.
My story. Lazima nijitetee.
Hii ingine unatumia tu formula. Hii ni formula tu.
But you see, now there is a flip side by the way. In case you didn't know. For men, it's visual. Yeah. And by the way, that's why they say, do you know the different species of cats? You don't. But do you know the different species of dogs?
Like the German Shepherd,
Yes.
what the breeds.
You're even naming them before I ask you to name them. That's why they say men are dogs. Because we come in different varieties. Kuna msee anapenda lips. And they don't care about any other thing. Kuna msee dashboard. The bigger the better. Wakiona, they say big one akiingia kwa matatu, and then they say a big one, and like, oh my god, this is damn.
Wait, koshoko.
Tunaongelea design and money.
Money.
But you see, what a good way to spend your money than on things you love.
Ndo hiyo.
I'm just saying.
Unapenda nini? Now that we are here on dashboard.
So now, what? So with that, so the friends and family. So I'm like, you're my friend, but you also want the assurance that I can get this thing done. Ama tutakosana, hata urafiki itaisha. So for me to avoid urafiki kuisha, I will avoid paying myself But I will pay the people that I used to get the work done.
Done.
Because they are not your friends. They are not your cousins. Mimi ndio rafiki, mimi ndio cousin yako. But these other people that I'm sending to take measurements, I'm giving them the 3D. You want revisions done, you want kakabinet kasonge juu, unataka ikwe hivi. There's someone doing it. It's not me doing it. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a time I would do it.
But now you have other people
But
and other
now,
expenses.
as the business grows, you realize you can't be the one doing everything. You have to give this work. Like you have to share this money, basically. Yeah. So if you cannot pay enough for me to pay my people, then asante. Yeah, just give it to somebody else.
Based on that now, did you ever undervalue your skills because you're feeling imposter syndrome? Like, hey, hii mbona na charge mingi sana. Huyu anaona nika, this is my worth or something. Have you ever felt that? Do you still feel it? You do?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Sasa, we'll still use the same example. Corporate, individual, friends, and family. You normally would give mabeshte the friends and family rate. Sasa, once you agree, they forget you agreed as friends and family.
They want the
Their
service
demands
or...
sasa zinakuwa za corporate.
So why do you still do this friends and family thing? Me, I don't do it because of these things. I don't do it because of these things. Why do you still do it?
Why do I still do it?
Me,
it's good for the portfolio.
But okay, can I talk badly? Sorry to say, but a lot of friends and family projects are not portfolio worthy. Siko ubaya. I'm sorry to be the one to say it. Siko ubaya. Ama you put everything in your portfolio. May don't put everything. There are things you will never see. You'll just hear she did it, but I never did. Because for context, maybe I've designed this space. We have the nice concept. We have all the drawings. Then it's like, oh, nina insist Marita, please nipe budget. Unakata Marita, we fanya tu itakuwa kazi. Pa fanya tu takosana. Fanya tu, and hata si issue na fee yangu. Sasa execution. Fanya tu, it's okay, we'll figure it out. Tukifika hiyo point, unaniambia, hey, this is expensive. What do we do? Toa hiyo wallpaper. Toa hiyo feature wall. Toa hizi nini eka. Hizi stools niko na zingine kwa nyumba yangu, wacha tuweke hizo. Niko na bar stools nilihama nazo, wacha tuweke hizo. Nikimaliza hiki kitu, I cannot take that photo and put on my portfolio. A lot of friends and family projects are not. So how am I not getting something for portfolio? I'm not making money from it. I'm not sleeping and resting over the weekend. Why? Me, I think. How? Back to your question. Do you put all your projects on portfolio?
No.
So what's the
especially the ones that normally come with those sacrifices. The moment because for me, normally I tell my clients, my design is the bond. I actually don't even need to sign a contract with you. If I've done a design nimekupatia, na nimekupatia quotation, and we have not changed anything as per what I've designed, then it should look exactly like that.
Aina kama haiko, because you know a lot of these.
I will tell you, this thing is not available, but there is, before I buy it. Like I'm doing a kitchen in...
Wachana na kubai. Mtu anakuambia pana, wacha tutachukua zile nini zangu, niko na few things, wacha tutoe kutoka garage yangu tu.
Oh, yeah. The moment you start doing that, I will tell you, be ready that it will not look like this. Let's first agree that, you see this design doesn't have that birika. So you bring in that birika, it's from Baroque era or something. This is Scandinavian.
How many months of expenses do you save, and how do you build it during dry spells?
How many months of expenses do I?
Do you even?
Do I even do it?
Do you?
I don't know. Somebody else in my house does it.
No, live for house. Sisi tuko business.
Business.
Mandi fittings. Uku. Wachana na home. Home ni different. Business for the business. Because a lot of people are able to do emergency funds nini for the personal, but not for the business. You do you?
Do I do for the business? Now let me ask you. Kwa hii economy. You were just surviving. Forget the dry spells and emergency expenses. Everyone is on dry spell. It depends on which one.
So you're out.
So
Another one. What percent
But
of
here's the thing. I think the right answer for that would be just no amount of project should make you feel like umefika. Now you need to be extravagant. Just spend what is necessary. Don't spend a client's money. I never spend a client's money. Until niko sure hii kazi imeisha. Or I have enough to get this work done. Otherwise,
utakusumbukana.
let's pay bills in time and just live long enough for this guy to be out of power, and then we can think about other things.
Another one. What percent of deposits do you usually require upfront? 60%. You guys, I'm just joking in this industry. Nimejua tu. Hii ni episode 2 na naona ni kama mimi ni joker. Mufanya 35.
Okay.
This is for build or design and build or consultancy only. Me, I do consultancy only. I don't do design and build. I'll come and supervise.
For both.
Really?
Yeah, but an engineer taught me an interesting lesson in some projects I did last year. So he was telling me how quotations are normally done. So he was telling me it's normally supposed to be that it's normally 30% material, 30% labor, 30% profit. So the 30% profit is gross profit, because that from there is where you finance your overheads, like pay your cleaner, pay your office rent, your fuel. But this other 30% labor normally goes into your direct labor.
Like designers and stuff.
Like if it's a project, then you look fundis, the guy managing the site. So the 30% goes into there, then this. So when you look, and then there's the 10% which takes care of your miscellaneous. So I'm telling you so because now with that, then you realize the 30 makes sense. But here is why I don't do the 30. I am not very proactive in asking
for client payments.
So I once they give me that 60%,
utasonga.
Yeah, nitasonga before I start going back to them to ask for money. Yeah.
So it's more or less like cushioning you. Like now this admin thing, you're not spending so much time on admin.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, do you have a refund or non-refund policy in your contracts, or your verbal or written contracts? Do you have a refund policy?
Honestly, no. I don't.
Have you ever been asked for a refund?
Yes.
Did you pay the refund?
Yes.
Full percent. What percent of the refund did you give?
Can I remember?
Was it like half? Was it all of it? If you just to estimate, like, nilipewa for example pesa na nimeirudisha yote.
Yeah, nishairudisha yote. Yeah, I think I've had like 3-4 cases. The refund. So I was doing a project for a friend. I was doing a kitchen.
Nakwambia story of friends and family. Nakwambia story of
So this guy alinilipa, and then he went home, felt like it's too high. He can take another route and spend way less. And for me, I think I said this in episode 1, that I am not fearful of explaining that I am more expensive than your local fundi, because I have to spend in getting my guys to give you the best. So that cost cannot be mine. So this guy, of course, felt like he can get the materials, somewhere, and get somebody to get them fixed. Yeah, so he had paid it, and he had paid me in cash, and it was not pesa kidogo. So he called me, I think, after it was like on a Thursday. So he thought through this on Friday. Then he called me, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. So I told him, okay, fine. Well, let's meet on Monday morning. I'll give you your money. So nikaichukua. I remember it was in a red bag.
Zuri huku umepitia mali ukatumia. Kwambia bibi shika pewa kidogo. Enda fanya shopping bwana.
I never spend a client's money. Yeah, so that has saved me a lot from
That's
Yeah.
the title for your episode. I never spend a client's money.
Yeah.
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 Unless I watch it and I change my mind. Hi.
Yeah. So I think the other time was we were doing a project and it was getting, the clients had so much expectations with way less.
So ukamwambia tu.
They have not paid a down payment. They want us to jaza watu.
Side.
This was ilikuwa project yenye. This guy is one of the client. They were acting on behalf of the client. So they wanted us to create an illusion that there's
Moving.
heavy work happening on the ground. So pay. And then me, I'm like, no, if I bring those people, where do I get the money to pay them? You know, niwalete Monday to Friday. Then on Friday, they want me to pay them. You guys have
Where's
not
the money?
paid.
Also, this was not a refund issue because you didn't have the money.
No, you see, they had paid.
For the normal work,
Like
not
I
for
told you.
kumwaga the watu
Enough.
to reach that stage. That
No. Money that they could afford losing.
Okay.
So we bought, of course, it's us who decided to call it off because that project, we felt it's too political. There's a lot of, to nitty-gritty. So what we did, we said we are opting out. This is the much material we have delivered to site. You can counter-check the prices and market price so that you don't feel like we have overpriced, so that we reduce how much we are giving you guys back. So we did the calculations ya material. Watu wenye tumelipa. And us guys have been to site this number of days because you see now we have given our time to your work.
Yeah.
So we have to pay ourselves for that time.
Yeah.
So we paid ourselves for that time and gave them the balance. Yeah. And they accepted it and
Moved on.
Yeah. They're still part of our friends and
Family.
they normally call us for pitching.
Rapid fire questions. I'll ask you 10 questions.
All right.
Answer as quickly and as honest as you can. Sawa?
All right.
1. What is your biggest look professional expense?
Look.
I want to look professional. What's your biggest look professional expense?
My biggest look. That means the one thing I bought myself just look professional.
Yes, or still use, even if it's a subscription, even if it's something that you use every day, or you bought one time, whatever. What is your biggest?
I think 200.
No, what was it?
The iPad.
The iPad.
Yeah.
So this was to look professional, not to do the work.
I don't have to carry a sketchbook. I don't have to send drawings, pick a picture and send drawings. I don't need to.
Yeah. Do you give discounts to friends and family? You've said yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Which platform leads the most sales for you? Drives the most sales for you?
Facebook.
Really? You're playing.
No.
Nitakuuliza tukienda coffee hapa
I'll
chini.
tell you why. The people that are in the spending era are Gen X and millennials. Where do you find those people?
Haya. For sure hizi platforms zingine ziko na a younger crowd.
If you're selling shoes, then Instagram and TikTok would work very well because that's where they are.
Tuko wrong platforms, Steph. Hatuko Facebook, or rather hatufuatiliangi na Facebook. Zinajipostili automatic from Instagram, but umesikia? Haya. Haya. What corporate perk do you miss the most?
Corporate?
Perk, like a benefit.
Foreign trips.
Uh-huh.
Those people make me so jealous.
But that one you can still get when you're not in corporate per se.
Yeah, because you have to spend your money. You have to think. You have to be on a budget. If, let's say, you're going to, if I'm going to, I think the farthest I've been to is Rwanda in Juba for work. So you have to really watch out how much you're spending.
Mi yangu haiko kwa fee yangu ni separate. Hata sishiki, yani nikispendi hata tufikiri. Like unaona hii mfuko ya left na right is completely separate. So hii iko completely separate. Atuongei juu ya fee. Hii ingine imeingia huku, hii ingine ni either cash money or something. Umenipea $, nimeenda. But hakuna ati or hii ingine umenilipa but nina travel na wewe. So mi niko tu hapo na sign vitu. Like natumia tu.
So it's the client. It's you're sleeping, you're eating, the client pays.
It pays.
Yeah, but see, when you have like you've been paid for this project in say Juba, you've been paid. The client is you're no longer under the client umbrella
Why?
because you have given them a quotation. They have given you the job, so you're
Also,
doing
you've
the
paid
let's say
plus the expenses together.
yes. Now it's
But
your turn
since
to make sure
umebudget
you make the
kando.
maximum profit.
Oh! Una operate kama
Alafu
business
unaanza-
owner, mimi na operate kama Instagrammer.
I noticed.
Aya. What is your biggest write-off amount? Write-off yani, huyu mtu tumesumbuana, wacha akae na hiyo pesa.
I've written off 500. I think it's 540. Yeah. I did work. So you see, the thing about interior is not related to structure. And so I was being blamed for mistakes of the structural engineer and the architect. Because they should have investigated the structure, the structural integrity, the sizes, the levels. That's not me. So I was being blamed for that. I should have seen
Oh, nikawe ndio
those things
supervisor.
had a problem before we started the
Your
finishes.
interior design work. Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, so this client now wanted me to go and confirm what they are saying.
Oh.
Guess who is they? The engineer and the architect.
Sasa will you supervise an engineer? But then unajua me, I put that in my contract. Like I don't supervise in architectural what I put it there.
Yeah.
Even hata kama tuspofika kwa part ya contract on my fee proposal, I very clear, this is my fee and this is what I don't do. I don't do renders.
Yeah.
I don't supervise architectural. I don't supervise MEP. I don't do structural. Do not. I will only advise on aesthetics. This looks nice. I want you to look like this. Beyond that, me, I don't know how many columns, how many wattage. I don't know. And I usually tell them I'm not the best person. Me, I'm not an engineer. I'm not the best person to advise you. Why would you come to an interior designer to advise you on structural things, really? You get? Wanakuambia tu na mapema.
I should borrow that.
I write it there.
Yeah.
Haya.
Because actually that's what
Yangu iko hapa. So even if you don't sign the contract and you started paying, it's on the fee proposal. I will not supervise this. What are you asking me? Me, I'm coming to use it as it is. Wengine wanakuambia, oh, maybe you're doing even a project and they want to name the project and they're like, help us come up with them. So I'm like, me, I'm not a marketer. Hizo mi nakuja uniambia tu inaitwa Abigail.
Yeah.
Full stop. Aya. How many months? Or rather, let me ask. What's your longest payment delay from a client? How many months or how many years?
Government, man. But I think with politician work is the trick is in when you're picking the down payments, just make sure you're picking enough to finish to get the work done and still ubaki na kitu. Like by the time wanafika ile hawataki kulipa, you've actually paid yourself kakitu.
So the longest unasema hiyo ya Gava was how long? Do you remember?
Hey, ya Gava took like 1 year, 2 months. Yeah.
Me, I think my longest is I think maybe 9 months. And it's 9 months almost repetitively of the same person. Like, nikaa tuko hapo tu tunasumbuana. You get?
Yeah.
Hi. Your first solo project of first solo client, alitoka wapi?
My first solo client nilikuwa recommended na a lecturer of mine.
Haya.
Yeah.
That recommendation. What was your smartest barter deal? Like tumefanya barter trade. Sitakulipa pesa lakini nitakupatia hii. Have you ever done that kind of deal? Kuja unifanyie nyumba ama kuja unifanyie ofisi. Sitakupea hii lakini nitakupea membership to the gym, for example. You're designing the gym. I'll give you a 1 year membership to use the gym. Something like that, like a barter trade. Have you ever had a deal like that?
No, it wasn't this case, like my first ever good, like when I was getting myself back up to interior design world. The first guys I did was a dental clinic. So what those guys did is, so I've done some work for them and they've given me good recommendations as well. But what happened is when he was upgrading his car, he sold me the one he had been using. So what he did, he told me, I cannot siwezi kuuzia hii gari vile iko hivi. Nitaenda nikupakie rangi kwanza.
Oh.
Yeah. because of the good relationship we
Hakuwa
had.
amekushon hiyo pesa ya rangi ndani. You know you can tell mtu amekushon hapo.
No.
Oh, you could see actually.
Yeah, it was a deal.
Haya. Last but not least, what was your biggest expense when first starting your interior design career? Whether it's when you're switching to freelance, when you're leaving a job, or when you're trying to build your business?
My biggest expense? Getting a car.
Why was that important?
Because I had lost work juu nilienda site na boda. Karen. I think Karen ni kama by then nakuanga na mikosi tu today. Juu sijaipata job Karen.
So ulienda na boda, client akakuona?
Sasa me I didn't know. You know, I thought I would get there first. So this guy, kumbe alishafika. Very rich guy. You know, like you're looking at someone who is driving a cool Range Rover in 2013. They were few in 2014. No, 2015, sorry. They were few. So jamaa aliniangalia tu. Like nilidropiwa tu na mzee wa boda hapa. Akaniangalia hivi hadi viatu. Akaniuliza, so what can you do for me?
It was a trap.
I just knew.
You are not getting this one.
This is not mine. It is gone and gone. And I need to get myself a car.
Wait, just to wrap it up, let me tell you something funny. So, there's a time I was expecting. And then, nilikuwa nimeenda Karen bado. Client flani. Sasa, I've left the house, so my belly is up to here. And you know, okay, you may not know because you're not a woman, but at that period, you need to... you feel pressed. And you can't know that one.
Oh, okay.
You feel like you need to go a lot more frequently. You know, you feel like you need to pee a lot more frequently. So nimeji clear out niko like by the time nafika Karen, at least nitakuwa na time kabla client and whatever. This is almost mwisho. Maybe I was like 8 months pregnant. So nimefika site nini, client amefika kumbe ametu eka watu same time watu kama 5. Ameleta fundi, ameleta mimi, amenini. So ninampata tayari ako hapo wana discuss na watu wengine. So me I'm there like I'm already starting to whatever and I've waited for like 20 minutes amalizane nao ase. So nikauliza mse hapo soja okay, nimejaribu kuhold tumalize hii meeting. Mnaweza nionyesha washroom? Akaniambia madam, hawezi tumia hizi washroom. I'm like apana, I really need to go. I really don't care what it is like, if it's what or what I need to. Akaniambia siwezi kukubalia uende akiwezi tumia hizo washroom. Ngambia kwa nini? Akaniambia ni chafu. Nikamwambia sawa. Nikangoja another 30 minutes. I was like no, I can't. I'll now mess myself up. Nionyeshe tu ni wapi. So I go pit latrine. Nimeshikilia car keys. So simko tu nini, nimeacha iPad kwa gari, nimeshikilia car keys. Nimeingia hivi. Pit latrine tu kiangalia hivi kwa shimo. Imejaa, it's almost like 3/4. So you can see, and then people have even pooped around like, but I was like, you know what, I need to go. And there's no other. The other place now is to drive like another 10 minutes to get to like a petrol station or something. So I'm like, okay, funga macho, tumia na utoke. Sindo? I just got like this. My car keys fall inside. With this sense, zimeatachiwa na AirPods. Sasa AirPods zimetag na car keys. Zimeingia ndani. I can just see them. Sina kwambia imejaa. It's almost like inataka unaweza ingia hivi mkono. Now, already it's smelling. I've not met this client yet. I've parked my car there. Nini, nice car, what, but looking up to par. But now, I'm already smelling because I'm trying to rush. You smell. So, no, do you smell your pit latrine? Now, my car keys there with the AirPod holder. It's in leather. So I call this guy, nisaidia nini, hii nini yangu imeanguka hapa. They're like, usijali madam, tutakusaidia. They take her, and me and my big belly. Sawa. So I'm here just trying to rotate. He comes, they ngangana, they take a kijiti, they fish, they give it, they tell me, here tuweze kupatia kwa mkono kwanza cha tukusaidie kuosha. Marita, they rinsed, washed that thing, but it was smelling. Nimeenda kwa gari, na sanitize nini. By the time, ndio hizi naanza kusanitize, client ananiita. Nikajaribu kuosha mkono. I tried to sanitize. I tried to wipe, but I was just smelling like shit. Literally. Do you know, I walked into that project. Ngijua hii project siwezi pata. Nilienda tu nilimit. I could feel the way I'm smelling. I was like, why did I even touch this thing? I should have just finished the meeting. Wakimaliza kuosha niichukue. I tried washing. I tried whatever. Nilitoka tu meeting. I just called my husband. I was like, you know what? Sidhani project nitapata. By the way, they never called me. I just remembered from your story. Guys, that's it for our episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for honoring our invites. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, share, like, tell us what you've learned. Tell us also your experiences in the comment sections, and then visit his pages. Yeah. Go see what he's doing. And with that, until next time, see you. Thank you and be blessed.